Have you ever had to make sure something is absolutely perfect before completing it? Let's say you're making a song or writing a paper or even making a YouTube video, and you nitpick at every little thing, every little mistake that you see, and you do it over and over and over and over again until you're satisfied. And then you look at the time and realize, oh, it's been 10 hours. Okay, but like in my defense though, it wasn't really 10 hours in one session, but man, believe me when I tell you, bruh, those 10 hours were some of the most frustrating but satisfying hours of my life. Blow me up right now on the spot if I'm lying. TAMASHIKA is one of those games that scratches the perfection itch so good. Let me explain. So TAMASHIKA is a psychedelic arcade first-person shooter that puts you in the shoes of a girl in a dream world, fighting her way out, wielding a pistol and a knife, and transcending the astral plane and shit. But if you ask me, she's really just on heavy drugs and tripping the hell out. But either way, the game is very fast-paced, epilepsy-inducing color palette, and like, let's be honest, the BGM is just banging. Like, just listen, bruh. It's a simple game with simple controls. You walk, shoot, reload, and melee, which also works as a parry. You start going through a series of levels, teaching you the game's controls, the tutorial levels, if you will, and some of the mechanics to prepare you for the actual game. I will say the tutorial levels aren't really the best I've seen, but you know, it gets the job done. Once you're done awakening, you can finally ascend and then transcend. Oh my god. Which is basically just the game like, oh, ascending is the actual level, but you got lives, so you don't die off rip. And transcending is the actual game where you got one life and you gotta reach the end. So welcome to the real game type shit, you know what I'm saying? TAMASHIKA isn't the hardest game ever, but it's also not the easiest. Like, it's not hard in the fact there's no insane time limit just screaming at you to go as fast as you can. You know, it's lenient enough to let you take on the enemies at your own pace. On the other hand, the enemy variety and the randomness of the daily procedurally generated stages really just pose a challenge to the player. There's a few enemy types. We'll call this one Leroy, who just charges at you on sight. You know, Stephen Curry over there throws balls at you. And we got fucking Neo with the ability to stop time and shoot your ass, but you can react and parry it if you're aware. So, oh, and there's also Bob, but you know, he's cool, but he's still getting packed up. You know, sorry about it. The balloons aren't really an enemy, but they do give you points. So I mean, you shoot them. Like, why not? You don't really lose nothing from 'em. And that's everyone. So you're wondering like, hey, that's not a lot of enemies. Like, why is it that hard? It's the way they're placed on the stage that messes you up. Like, you can turn the corner. You know, Leroy's coming at you with 3 Currys on the side and 2 Neos in the same room, just waiting for you to turn the corner and just piece your ass up. So you know, you could die and do it over and over again. But the good thing is the spawns don't really change. So it's really just asking you to remember what enemies are in the next room and in what order. That way you could just like mentally prepare yourself. But if that wasn't really enough, like, some of these enemies, they got modifiers. Sometimes they have 3 hearts, meaning you got to shoot them 3 times. They got a little arrow pointing down, meaning that you teleport where the enemy is. This little flashbang thing, making it so like the level like changes colors and it's all disorienting and stuff. And then there's also exclamation point. That means like more enemies will spawn whenever you kill this enemy. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So you struggle and fight until you reach the end of a stage and you get your final score for the day. You're like, yes, let's fucking go. Wait, why is there a score? Oh, there's a leaderboard. There's the arcade aspect of the game. What the game doesn't fully explain is the point system and how the points work. Basically, every enemy you shoot gives you potential points. That's what I call it. Those points get added to your actual score when you parry Neo. However, if you have potential points and Leroy comes charging at you and you're forced to melee him, those potential points are lost. There's also a combo mechanic awarding you more points if you kill enemies in quick succession. And also those parries that you're doing with your knife. See, now what if I told you get more points by shooting Neo at a specific time? Oh, and what if I also told you that the melees also had a specific timing as well? And also, if you have a flawless run, meaning you don't miss any parries or any shots and you perfectly time your melees, you get a chunk of points added to your final score. You know, considering all that I just said, you know, this simple ass game just got hella hard. I'm gonna just tell you right now, even I be struggling. Okay, my bad, bro. Oh, I had to reload. Fuck. Oh. And this is what I mean by TAMASHIKA's perfectionism in video game form. It's just, you gotta score high and beat your own personal record. You have to be in peak form. Enter flow state, you feel me? And that's why I can't really stop running it back in this fucking game. Like, I have to retry over and over again until I'm like, okay, yup, this is my best score that I could get. Like, this is the gameplay loop. And for some, it might not really be for them, but if you enjoy challenging yourself to reach your highest score, playing out of your mind and just seeing yourself on that leaderboard, I feel like this game might just be for you. To be fair though, I do have my gripes about the game though. Like, I do wish there was a quick restart button instead of having to back out to the menu and having to click transcend again. I wish the game had more enemy modifiers and stage events, and if it's possible, add more bangers to the game. Like, the soundtrack is really good for this game. I'll be listening to this shit on my free time. Like, also the fact that it's only one level a day can be a drag sometimes too. Some don't like it and some don't mind it. I'm more of the latter opinion. Like, I don't really mind, but it's like, it wouldn't really hurt to add other modes to the game so that the game can have more playtime than just, oh, you clear the level and you're just like, okay, what now? Just a few thoughts if the dev somehow happens to see this video. Obviously though, the game is still getting updates to this day, so they might just end up adding more features while I'm making this video, but otherwise it's a really good game. I'm satisfied with how dissatisfied I can be at how well I play. Enough to play better over and over again, you know. I have to keep trying. Also, turns out they added playing previous levels, which is pretty good, and I also got top 10 on that leaderboard, so doesn't really count, but I think y'all should check out this game. I think this game is really good. Even though it has a short like playtime and stuff, it's just like, if you're the type of person to do the same thing over and over again and perfect it as best as you can, I feel like this is the game for you. Listen to the music, listen to the soundtrack if you don't own the game yet, and if you do own the game, then you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, man, this game is awesome.